Hey guys, my name's Ben Howard. We're out here at Wildcat Disc Golf Course to finally play around out here. This is one I've been meaning to get to for a while. It's a really fun course, very similar to like a Timmins or a Century. Super scoreable, but has some teeth to it, and some out of bounds. But it doesn't require a lot of distance to score out here. I finally made the trip out here because they're doing a glow round out here tonight. And so what I figured I'd do today is come out here earlier and play the course with my glow bag. So it should be a ton of fun, especially getting to throw some discs I haven't quite got to throw yet, or even some new stuff to the bag, as y'all will see. But let's go in and get the round and see how we do. Okay, so the redemption did end up closer, but it's just because the chain breaker got such a massive skip. So I think during the round tonight, I'll probably go with something faster, but maybe not the chain breaker. We'll see. Oh, not high enough. All right, guys, for hole 2, the par 3, 212 feet. Basket is just dead straight ahead. We do have a hyzer route, but I think just up the middle is going to be the most consistent play for me, at least. Just got to figure out what I want to throw. It's 220, and I really don't need to throw anything super hard. I'll try this Glow Covenant. Just throw it a little out to the left of the basket. Or throw it into a gentle headwind, so this might make it turn a little bit more, and I think it will. Oh, didn't turn at all. Oh, bad root, but that still should be a putt. Luckily, I went ahead and threw it next to hole 3's tee sign, so y'all can go ahead and see what the next hole is going to be like. All right, guys, for hole 3, got a par 3, 230 feet, basket straight ahead, but the best play is like a flex forehand, or I guess like a straight lefty backhand if you got that. Let's see. I think we'll try my new Glow NXT Waymaker on a forehand. I don't know how this flies yet. I haven't thrown it yet, but it's got a pretty big dome to it, so I think it'll be somewhat overstable. But I do think it'll have like a little bit of like a initial like early turn out of the hand with the overstable finish. Let's see. Nope, just overstable. I also threw it on hyzer, which really didn't help. Okay, well, it's pin high at least. Wow. So somehow I made it up here into circle 2. Granted, I can't really run this putt because I got a low hanging branch right between me and the basket. I guess I could swing it out wide, maybe. I would try like a spinny jump putt at it. Let's see. Not bad. Not bad. When I say not bad, I'm referring to me in particular. I'm obviously no Simon Lizotte when it comes to spin putting. All right, guys, for hole 4, got a par 3. This one's 426 feet. You see the basket out here off to the left. Biggest thing to pay attention to is obviously double mando right off the tee, but you also pay attention to the road because the road or is it just the road? Let me see. Just the road is out of bounds. So if I do manage to like throw early and like skip across, that is in bounds, which is very good to know. I'm gonna go with this Metal Flake Glow Rapture. It has a little bit of turn to it, but mainly it's just overstable. Try and put on a little bit of hyzer, just try and get the push straight, finish left, which with this left to right wind, it should kind of help because it should just smash it down once it gets out there. Yeah, that's fine. Skip, please. Okay, that was a fairly good skip. That should give me a like 100 foot or less approach shot into the green. Let's see what we can do. Nope. Just fall straight down, please. Thank you. I'm not sure why I do that every time I get out to those like really far, like edge of circle 2 putts. I always just throw them like really high, and then obviously they like stall out and fall out of the sky. There we go. All right, guys, for hole 5, got a par 3 at 235 feet. You see the basket over here, tucked off to the right on the other side of the basketball court. The basketball court does play out of bounds, so best play on this one is to go like with the forehand and try and push it around the corner of the basketball fence. You don't really want to go over it and risk going in there, because if you go in there early, it's guaranteed bogey at best. So I think I'm gonna go with no, where is it? I have another chain breaker in here somewhere. I think this is it. This one's a little bit flatter. This one should act a little bit more overstable. No, just kick off. Okay, that's fine. I did forget to mention there is OB behind the basket, but if you do go out of bounds long, you did something pretty good on this hole typically. So it's, as far as I remember, it's pretty rare. But let's see. I'm gonna try like just a force over with the new Waymaker. See if I can get to just kind of plop out of the sky. So I don't really think I could do much with a forehand without bringing that OB into play. Let's see. Nope, didn't turn it. Just threw it nose up. Okay, that's at least like somewhat of a putt. Granted, it'll be a death putt, but I gotta run it though, because this would be a sick putt to make. Drop. Oh, let's go, dude. All right, guys, for hole 6, got a par 3, 330 feet. Basket is just across this running track, which I believe is out of bounds. Double check. Yeah, the whole track is out of bounds. So it's basically like a water carry. And I think there is a retention pond or something back there that you can go out of bounds in if you somehow throw it like 50 feet past the basket and get it to go over an 8-foot tall fence. But I'm not really worried about that too much. I'm going to go with my super overstable Rapture. Just throw it wide and hard. I don't think I should have a problem getting across. At the very least, I should be able to land on the track and skip forward. So as long as I hit it well, we should be fine. That's so low. That's not going to make it. Well, spoke too soon. All right, guys. So unfortunately for hole 7, not really a great way to film this hole other than put you off to the side. But this one's a par 3, 273 feet. And I believe this fenced in area over here off to the right is out of bounds. So you got to go for a wide hyzer over all that stuff and get it to crash into the green, which is tucked off to the left. You also don't want to go early left because the woods come into play, and that's very bad in there. I'm going to go with the pink glow chain breaker that I threw in the first hole. Just try and throw it high on some hyzer. Throw it out over the fence, but give it time to come back. Oh, that should be great. Oh, it's dropping. Okay, never mind. It was dropping at first, and I was really worried, but then it kept going. I don't know if that's far enough, but that should be a putt. I really need to stop saying stuff, because every time I've been like, that's not far enough, that's too short, I've been just completely wrong. All right, guys, for hole 8, we have a par 3, 441 feet. You see the basket up here on top of the hill, so this is going to play like a par 4 for me. Really, the main thing I don't want to do is just throw something in the baseball field, because I don't know if any of the fences are open. I'm not built for climbing fences, so I don't want to try that today. I'm going to go for the Metal Flake Glow Rapture again. Just try and get it high over the stuff on the right and give it time to come back to the left. We are thrown into a headwind, but pretty sure this should be stable enough to handle that as long as I give it enough height. Oh, it didn't even turn. Dang. I lost that. I'm assuming it's in the rough on the left. Okay, so either the T sign is wrong or I gained like 50 feet of distance randomly because I'm right here. All right, guys, for hole 9, we got a par 3. T sign says 300 feet, but that might be right. We are playing a little downhill, so I think I can get a mid range there. I don't really want to throw anything flippy, so we'll go with my redemption. Just try and hit this gap straight in front of us with some height. Time to cut back to the left once he gets through the gap. Nope. Just get through there. Oh, did not get through there. Get there. Ooh, man. All right, guys, for hole 10, we got a par 3, 221 feet. Basket straight ahead down this really tight hallway. Just gonna have to do something similar to what I did on hole 2. Glow covenant, straight at the basket. Just throw it soft and let this thing push down there on its own. Oh, no. This is where I really wish I had a glow pillar in the bag. But I think the Waymaker should do the job. Oh, dang it. I was really hoping I would miss that tree. We'll give this a run. Oh, I yanked it. Is it? Oh, I did. All right, I got a question for the comments on this one. Whenever I do a standstill, like 45-foot putt, I tend to yank them. But if I ever do like a jump or like a step through, anything like that, I don't yank it near as bad or near as consistently. So if anybody can tell me what's going on there in the comments, I'd really appreciate it. Because I feel like that's the weakest part of my game. Like inside the circle, I'm a fairly competent putter, but once we get outside the circle, it's just like launching hopes and prayers at the basket. All right, guys, for hole 11, we got a par 3, 205 feet. You see the basket straight ahead. Biggest thing to pay attention to, though, is we got a really tight gap, and we're going uphill, so this makes this shot really touchy. I think I'm going to go with that chain breaker I've been throwing really well today. You just throw it straight at the basket, try and ace run it. So hopefully if I hit the, well, we do have a right to left-ish wind, so it might lift it. I'm thinking I can use the fence as a backstop, hopefully. Let me give it a shot, see what happens. Oh, you just yank it. Oh, I've got a putt at least. Whew. I tried. That'll work. I don't know why I tried to do this. There we go. All right, guys, for hole 12, got a par 3. I can't really see the T sign behind a bunch of trees. 240 feet. You see it straight ahead, but I think the main gap is going to be out to the right. Well, there actually is a forehand gap too. I actually like the forehand gap more. It seems like if I hit the initial gap, it's a lot more open. And the initial gap's not much smaller than any of the other gaps, so we'll give it a shot. I'm going to go with my more stable chain breaker. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's see. Oh, Okay, we can work with that. Yeah, I want to go stand still forehand here, but I really need to throw a backhand shot shape, so let me try just a soft backhand approach shot with my metal flake glow waymaker on this one. Fade, fade, yes. Oh, perfect. All right, guys, for hole 13, got a par 3, 219 feet. The basket's hard to see, but it's straight ahead, just behind a few trees. I think the best play is going to be a flat to, probably a little bit more on an Anheuser angle backhand through the gap on the left. Try and get it to work back to the right. I think this should be good for the Covenant. Because I can pretty much just throw it as hard as I want to at this wall of trees and just know it's going to hit and fall down and give me some kind of look into the basket. So I really just don't want to be short. Like, there's no reason to be short at all. It's not high enough. Yeah, I left it short. Not very good at turnover putts, especially with waymakers, but we'll see what happens. Stay up. Oh, dang it. All right, guys, for hole 14, the par 3, 222 feet. You see the basket straight ahead, but looks like the best gap is the one off to the left. So we'll try forehand again. I want to throw the pink chain breaker that I have been throwing well, but it doesn't feel as good in my forehand as, well, not this one, but that's the problem with having all glow discs. They all look the same. There it is. This other flatter chain breaker. Plus, with it being 220, I really don't need anything faster than this, so I really just need to focus up and hit the gap. It'll be fine. Dang it. Almost. That sounded like it skipped. So hopefully that stayed close. Whew. Sneaky. All right, guys. So I'm gonna explain this one before we get to the tee pad, because the tee pad's actually back behind y'all on the road. So I don't really want to stand in the road and explain how this hole works. But this one's hole 15. This is a par 3. I thought this was a par 4. I'm pretty sure this is actually a par 4. I'm just gonna ignore the tee sign on that one. But you can actually see the basket through this gap on the right, way up the hill through this really tightly wooded fairway. Not only do you have this gap on the right, but you also have this gap on the left. Neither one of them is great. Like, the best you can really do is like 300 feet off the tee. Once you get past there, you're kind of just hoping you miss some trees. But I think I'm going to go with that metal flake rapture I've been throwing. I think I'll go down the right side with it on like a little hyzer, trying to get it to push straight and fade out. Now that I'm actually standing on the tee pad, this gap on the right doesn't look as open as I remember it looking, but we'll make it work. Oh, I got past those trees. Okay, got a pretty big skip, but we should be able to get up and down. Yeah, go, 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 go. Okay, it's a little short, but that is a putt. Ah, dang it. I knew it being a little uphill was going to mess with me. I didn't want to throw it too high because it got a little bit of a headwind. Worried it wouldn't drop, but all right, guys, we're on hole 16. This one's a par 3, 272 feet. Basket is straight ahead with some guardian trees just in front of the basket, but I'm gonna go with my Gyra just straight at the basket. See if we can ace run this one. Be a sick ace. Oh, yank it for the first available. Oh boy. Need to throw it higher. Give it time to flex out. Nope. God, it's so hard. All right, guys. So we're on hole 17, and I just threw the best tee shot I've ever thrown on this hole and forgot to hit record. So we're not doing that again, but I will go ahead and explain the hole and then tell you what I did. This one, we're playing onto a peninsula green, which is basically formed from the road that comes straight towards us and then goes back up towards the school. And the basket's on the very tip of that peninsula made by the road, with the road being out of bounds. But really, the hardest part about this hole is getting through this gap and getting out to the right. Because if you went straight through this gap you can see in front of us, you would end up on the road. So you need to throw something that'll get through that gap and then finish to the right. A forehand would be the best for this, but I don't have that type of forehand. So I went with a flippy Enoch, pulled it a little bit and went through the gap just to the right of the main gap. And I'm either out of bounds on the road or parked. So fingers crossed. You've got to be kidding me. The one time I parked this hole is the one time I forget to press record. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, we're on hole 18, final hole of the video. This one is a par 3, 240 feet. You see the basket straight ahead. Looks like the only OB is the running track, which is off to the right, but that really shouldn't come into play unless I like hit in the side of the hill and then roll down. But I don't even think then it would really roll that far. This is just going to be a stock flat to hyzer backhand, even with this wind, which kind of feels like a head right to left. Yeah, head right to left. So we'll go with this glow chain breaker I've been throwing all day. See if we can put one in the hole. Actually, the first time I played out here, I played doubles, and my partner aced this hole to finish out the round. So that was pretty sick. So let's see if I can recreate it. Lift it, wind. Lift it. Okay. It should be at the base of the hill. There we go. All right, guys, that finishes up our round out here at Wildcat Disc Golf Course. I'm glad I was finally able to get out here and play this one, because this definitely is a course that deserves a lot of attention, because even with this being a course on a school property, this is a really nice course. You've got a great amount of shot variety. You've got like the first 9 holes, which are out in the open, a little bit easier. And then you get into the woods, and you've got like some really tight technical holes. And I definitely underestimated this course when it came to its difficulty, because I mean, the open holes definitely were on the easier side, but once we got into the woods, this course got a lot more tricky, a lot more difficult. So if you're ever in the area, I definitely would recommend this course to you. Only thing is, with it being on school property, I'm pretty sure it's got the same rules as a lot of other school courses out here. You can play it anytime on the weekends, but I think it has to be after 3 or 4 o'clock on weekdays before you can play it. And obviously, no drinking, smoking, stuff like that. But definitely worth your time if you're able to get out here. But if y'all have any other courses you want me to hit up, please let me know down in the comments. But thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and y'all have a good one. Bye.